Here's farmer and businessman James Wood.
We farm about 3,500 acres. There's pipelines everywhere. The contractor working on my property did not have the lines located before he began work, and it resulted on a strike on a natural gas pipeline. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but it could have been much worse.
Never assume the location or depth of underground lines. Always call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com before you start work. A message from the Pipeline Operators for Ag Safety campaign.
Yeah.
Who am I talking to here?
This is Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. Who are you?
Barnes, Leslie, but this is Marky Bilson. How you doing?
Mark, do you live in Atlanta?
I don't live in Atlanta. I'm over here. I live in Johnson City, Tennessee, as a matter of fact. I'm down in the North Georgia area over here in Covington to promote the Dukes of Hazzard convention, which is going on here. They in Covington, Georgia. It is Covington is actually the site of Hazzard County, where they shot the first few episodes of the Dukes of Hazzard before moving it to California and modeling the set that they used Hazzard Square much after Covington and all this. It's the 20th anniversary of the first episode, and there's a real happening going on this weekend just a few miles east of Atlanta over here in Covington.
And is there really a Hazzard County?
There's there's a Hazzard, Kentucky. That was pretty much a fictitious name put out by series creator Guy Waldron, and he was from Kentucky, so he put an extra Z in Hazzard and took it from there, so he didn't have to pay Hazzard any royalties or anything.
Right.
But yeah, that was the case, and actually he put a lot of those scripts, the corrupt politicians and all that, based on some old Georgia backwoods politics that he had heard of when he was going to the University of Georgia.
Now let me ask you: are there really that many Dukes of Hazzard fans out there?
You'd be surprised.
I mean, is this really
absolutely surprised? Because when Nish Segal and Mike Strait, two guys from Chicago, just started to do this as a fun thing about 7 years ago, they had absolutely no idea how it would take off. The Dukes on reruns is one of the top-rated shows on TNN. I know when it first came out, it was the highest ranked on 18 to 34. It's amazing when you talk to the people. I think it has to do with the fact that it gave the show the greatest car, great theme song, Daisy Dukes. I mean, people long after they forget about the TV show 200 years from now are going to be talking about women in jean shorts and Daisy Dukes.
Hang on.
Take a breath, Mark.
Take a breath, Marky. Take a breath.
Right out there. It's amazing how many people you get.
Give me
Mark.
Settle down.
Whoa.
Right. Hey, first of all, I take issue with the statement you just made.
What goes on?
And that is the statement that the General Lee was the greatest TV car ever.
Okay, we got a debate here.
All right. I give you the Starsky and Hutch car.
Okay, now here's the thing. I asked Don Pedro Coley, Sheriff Little, who we're going to be having coming down right here, and he was in Starsky and Hutch visits the Playboy Island, and he was in a Starsky and Hutch and all this, and I said, now, I got to ask you, is the Torino or the Charger, which one is the better car? Who would win in a road race? And he pretty much told me, I've been chasing the General Lee so long, that thing's going to win. Of course, he's a Dodge guy himself, but I tell you, it is really taken off. Whenever a Dodge magazine puts an article in there about the General Lee, it sells like hotcakes, I'm told by all the Dodge magazine people. It really is, of course, it's a matter of opinion.
Yeah, but just because the car is fast, doesn't make it a cool car. Barnes, what would you vote?
Can the Torino land?
All right, hang on a minute.
I would take Starsky and Hutch.
Would you?
Yeah.
Then now there's somebody suggesting Kit, the Knight Rider car, but that's too high tech.
Not only that, it's too annoying, and it can't sing Dixie.
Yeah, that's true. Now, speaking of Dixie,
yes,
what does Daisy do? What is Catherine Bach doing these days?
She's married to Peter Lopez, who's the attorney for the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac, and there's probably going to be another Dukes of Hazzard movie. There was one a couple of years ago, and she's actually pulling the strings to get that taken care of right now. She's retired a little bit of acting because she has two young babies.
You know what is funny is that, because people looked at that show, as just a bunch of kind of hicks and kind of didn't really give a lot of those actors credibility, although Sorrel Book was a very respected actor. The guy who played Sheriff, what's his name? Sheriff Roscoe P. Coltrane, James Best, is considered one of the most classically trained actors in Hollywood. He has acting classes he privately coaches and has coached some of the biggest actors in Hollywood.
I had dinner with that guy and didn't even know it.
James Best?
Yeah,
didn't even know it.
Dinner. I didn't watch Dukes of Hazzard. Sorry, Mark. And I didn't realize who he was. And don't you know that's Roscoe P. Okay.
Oh.
His daughter is married to Michael Damian, my friend.
Oh, wait a minute.
Janine Best is married to Michael. And it was a dinner, and her dad was there.
Wait a minute. I was in an acting class with her.
She was there. She was in one episode of The Dukes, and she was in the reunion movie, too. He was my girlfriend.
I was friendly with her. She was, she was really nice.
Man.
She's very nice.
There's a bunch of stuff that we're doing here, and I'm showing all the sites. I'm in a parade. There's a band going to be here.
Mark?
I sound like Don King, don't I, with the pitchman here?
Yeah, that's...
I know you're at a loss for words, but can you give us the number?
He's at a loss for words.
Okay, yeah, I should have that somewhere.
We're out of time.
I'm going to give you the number of the Antiques and Collectibles Mall out there in Covington, where you can get some more information a little bit later on in the day.
And that number is?
That number is, if I can just find it here, 770-385.
All right.
770-385. 06.
Dukes of Hazzard Convention. I remember didn't they do a spin-off of that show with two lame guys?
Did it with well, wait a minute. It was called Enos. It was Sonny Schreier was going to be there, and although it only lasted one season, it did give acting starts to Michelle Pfeiffer and Jay Leno.
Wait a minute.
Leno.
No, not Jay Leno.
Jay Leno was in the 7th episode of Enos, yes.
Hold it. Jay Leno was in American Hot Wax back in the 70s, though.
Yeah, but nobody remembers him from that. Everybody, it was a big national...
Oh, yeah, but they remember him from the one
What did Leno do in American Hot Wax?
He was the chauffeur. He was Alan Freed's chauffeur.
Oh,
he was really good in that, too. He was excellent. That's right. Nobody remembers that, but they remember the one episode of the
JB.
Dukes of Hazzard, the comeback show.
On Enos.
All right,
Mark. Thanks a lot.
This is the best of the Morning X.
/send us in.